Hello everybody, it's July 7th, 2022. Let's take a look at what I said on Monday. Oh, P.S. It's Thursday today. I do realize that. I'm going away for the weekend tomorrow, so I figured I'd do the video tonight, and then I'll do the video again on Monday as scheduled normally. So for now, we'll look at what I said on Monday. Basically, we were approaching a very important resistance area, 20.5 to 21.5. If we saw a rejection from there and then a break below 18K, we could be on our way down to 15K, right? Luckily, as of a few hours ago, we broke out of that, so that's fantastic news, okay? If the bulls can push above 21.5, they should being the operative word, should be on the way to 25 to 26 to complete the larger third wave up, and that increases the probability even more. The bottom's been struck, right? So I'm going to go over a couple different scenarios here. This obviously will be the best case scenario, is that we hit this area here in the relatively near future. But the immediate danger of a new low for now is off the table. It's not completely off the table, but immediate danger is much less, right? All right, so this was the danger zone here for potentially this to be a 1 in red and a 2 in red there before proceeding downwards with an impulse, okay? So that scenario is now off the table, all right? So we can remove that one. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Get rid of this danger zone there, and we can get rid of that ABC there. Okay, because this is high enough for this to no longer be a C wave in a normal sense anyway. All right, so let's take a look at the primary bullish scenario here. After we saw these 5 waves up, I said there's a 70% chance the bottom is in. I put this green box on as an excellent area to accumulate longs. I've been accumulating spot positions all the way down. I grabbed longs all the way in that green box there, so I'm now leveraged long on top of my spot positions, and looking for this 5 wave move in the larger view to play out to fully confirm the bottom is in. Okay, until this plays out, we still are in danger potentially of making a new low. I need to make that clear. It's not, I'm not saying we are 100% bull right now, okay? There is still danger, all right? But if we can get all 5 of these waves, then we're in really, really good shape, all right? So the first step for this is gonna be to break through the 1-0 extension. I've got the fib drawn here from the 1 down to the 2, okay? And we should be looking to break 22.9 at some point in the relatively near future here. We should see that break. All right, and once we do, then we should see it push up a little bit higher, and it's okay to have a little hesitation here around the 1, 2, 3, 6 and then come down, but we should be pushing into this area 25 to 26K. All right, and this is if it's an impulse, which to be honest is a little bit less clear now than what I was hoping for, because this action off of that low is not clearly impulsive to me. All right, so I'm going to give you another bullish alternative scenario too, and then if both of those break down, then we're in trouble. All right, so scenario 1, ideally all of this was just some sort of odd chop that we can ignore, and the second wave ended over here. All right, I don't like doing that, but if we can actually achieve all 5 of these waves, then that's what I'm going to go with. All right, so again, not completely 100% on that, because this chop is ugly in here, but if we can play out all 5 of these waves, then that's the way I'm going to be considering it. All right, it is a possibility that we are going to do a 5 wave diagonal instead, and basically the hallmark of a diagonal is that you tend to overlap the 4th wave with the 1st wave, which you shouldn't do in an impulse, right? If this is going to go impulsive, it really should stay above the end of the 1st wave, which is there. So this would hit here, and then not really go even towards the bottom of that, because that gets kind of close to first wave territory. Ideally, this would hit 26 and then hold about 23 before going up, if it's going to be an impulse. But all hope is not lost as long as we can do a diagonal instead, which we don't know exactly where that's going to be until the third wave is in place. We've dealt with these before. Over the past 6 months, they have all failed when they've potentially been looking like a diagonal. They have all failed, right? We saw a few where we saw maybe it's going to do a diagonal and then it broke down, okay? And so that's the danger I'm talking about as far as a new low goes. If we get something that looks like that, we get our third wave, but then we fail to hold the fourth wave area and the bottom of the diagonal channel, then we can still see a new low from there, and obviously that would be very bad. So this is going to be kind of a moving, at this point I'm not moving my stop losses, but as we progress upwards I will be moving my stops up to deal with that possibility. All right, so once we get above like the 1.0 extension, I'm going to start looking really, really closely. If that's all we get, if we get the 1.0 or the 1.236, then we drag the channel down basically, and we say, okay, if that was the top right there, then we shouldn't break below this level here, and that becomes my stop. If we go up to the 1.236, I put the channel line there, drag the bottom channel down to 2, and I say, this bottom line is where I don't want to go. If this goes all the way up into this area here, same thing. I drag my channel upwards, I pull my bottom channel down, and then I say, if we ever see it break down below this channel, I get out. That's my stop out point. Okay, that would be bad if we broke down below that channel then, once we achieve this above the 1.0 extension. All right, so I'm hoping that I don't even have to deal with a diagonal channel at all. I'm hoping this remains impulsive, but it's something that I need to mention. All right, and ideally for it to remain impulsive, like I said, it has to stay above that high there, which is 21.7. After we get above, realistically, after we get above 24K, it should stay above 21.7 in order to stay impulsive. All right, so we'll have to continue watching that, but for the moment, we are looking quite promising. It's looking very, very promising, okay? Again, not completely out of the woods till we have all 5 waves in place. We still have the possibility of this being a large ABC, and then we go down. It is still possible. Obviously, I am in the camp of actually seeing all 5 waves play out. I think that's the most likely scenario because we do have a completed correction. And if you've been following me for a while now, every other low that we struck along the way, as we were striking down here, as we were striking, even earlier, way back here when we were coming down into this, 30K area, down here, the low 33K area down here. My issue all that time was we really don't see a completed correction yet, and so we could still go lower, which obviously we did. So anyway, all of that being said, we do have a completed correction now. I don't need the chart to go down further to complete the pattern like I did previously. Okay, previously we needed to see it go down further, and we don't anymore, right? This is complete. 5 of 5 of C of Y of 4 is a completed correction from the $65,000 highs we struck way earlier in the year, or last year. All right, so that's what I'm looking at for now. Like I said, I'm not really interested in stopping out at this point. I'm not interested in moving my stops. If we falter, if we fail right from here, I would consider this to be a large A, B, and C before a move down. And that move down could just double bottom. It could go lower. That remains to be seen what would actually happen there. So, we're still kind of dealing with multiple different possibilities here, especially with this action being not clearly impulsive. It doesn't really give me good clean action to work with. But let's just have fingers crossed that over the coming days we continue to push up here, and if we can do that, it gives us a really good opportunity to move stops up and protect these positions a little bit more until this fully plays out and fully completes the pattern. All right, I think that's all I have to say. So please go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button on the video. Both of those things will help me out and allows me to keep doing videos for y'all. And in the meantime, you can check out the suggested video here. It's one I did a few weeks ago. Just goes over some of the longer time frame things too, bigger charts, bigger indicators that I'm looking at that really indicate to me the bottom has in fact been struck, most likely already. All right, everybody, I will talk to you all on Monday. Have a great weekend.